Hi folks, I'm landscape designer John Holden here in Newtown, Connecticut, and today I'd like to show you large-leaf rhododendrons, or rhododendron species. Now there's all different cultivars of rhododendrons, so today I just kind of want to do a broad overview about what to expect if you're growing these large-leaf rhododendrons. Large-leaf rhodies are evergreen shrubs. They're going to hold this nice foliage through the year, so they're going to provide a very nice backdrop for your garden and give you some winter interest as well. Now large-leaf rhodies have been kind of overplanted in this part of the country. There's many houses that were built in the 70s or 60s with these mammoth, like 15-footers just eating the house. And that's kind of okay, because a nice thing I like to do with those overgrown rhodies when I'm designing is pick them up and move them to a different part of the yard where they can do a nice job screening out an unwanted view. And these shrubs have a very fibrous root system, so they're quite easy to transplant as long as you get a big enough ball of soil. And this rhododendron right here, I live in Newtown, was at a friend's house in Rocky Hill, and we brought it back to the house to use as a nice backdrop in the garden here. When you're looking for a place to plant your large-leaf rhodie, try to find a spot with partial shade but not too deep a shade, or you won't get many flowers and the plant will just kind of sit there but not grow well. And try to avoid full sun, because the plant, it just doesn't really like to be beat that hard by all that sun. Now deer are pretty big fans of large-leaf rhodies, and when this shrub came home with me, the foliage did go all the way to the ground, but the deer came in and they just ravaged the bottom of the plant. And it's kind of in a state of return. I've opened up the landscape a bit, so maybe the deer don't come out here as much, but you may see a lot of damage due to deer. And the other thing you're going to notice is that rhododendrons do not like wet feet. If you have an irrigation system or a part of your garden that stays wet all the time, they're going to get something called root rot, which is going to the plant will still be there, but it won't really grow. So you're going to want to make sure that you have well-drained soil and your soil isn't wet all the time. Your large-leaf rhodies are going to flower on the previous season's growth. So as soon as these flowers start to fade away, they're going to form the new buds with the flowers for next year. So if you wait too long into the fall to prune your shrub, you're going to basically be pruning off all of next year's flowers. If you walk by a large-leaf rhodie in the fall, you'll see these really big buds on them. Those are all your flower buds. Large-leaf rhodies, I really don't recommend using hedge clippers on. They're just not the type of shrub that you want to be made into a formal box or ball. Just take your hand shears. If you see any dead wood in the shrub, go ahead and cut that out. And then just go through and nip it a little bit wherever there's a branch that's maybe going way out of bounds. Or if you want to just control the size a bit, every third branch or so, just cut it back farther into the shrub. Here's a nice close-up for you of the flowers, and you can see how beautiful they are. They really do light up the landscape. And then we've got one right here that still needs to open. And you're going to get this nice, beautiful, glossy evergreen foliage. When the flowers die, they can be a little bit unsightly. So what they'll do is you can come through and there's like a scar right where the leaves meet the flower. You can just take your fingers and grab that and either twist it off or break it, whatever's easier for you. And by doing that, what you're going to do is clean up the shrub, but you're also going to encourage all that energy to go back into the plant to produce a healthier plant the following year. Once again, I'm John Holden of Land Designs Unlimited here in Newtown, Connecticut. For more landscaping tips and tricks, please visit my blog at landdesigns.com. As always, folks, thank you for watching and happy gardening.